And hello, YouTube. It's time for another Royal Rumble Duels match for you here on YouTube today as we get an opportunity to find out who gets a chance to punch their ticket to the end of our season. We're going to have one big Royal Rumble with all the winners and find out who our Ultimate Duos Tag Team Champion is going to be. Now, so far, without spoiling the other two episodes, which are, by the way, are available on YouTube. You just got to go take a peek. But Public Enemy took episode number 1. The New Age Outlaws were able to win episode number 2. So now we get an opportunity to go into episode number 3 here. And well, let's find out who our first two participants in our Tag Team Duos Royal Rumble. And look at this. We've got Greg Valentine. Now remember, he was a part of a tag team with Brutus Beefcake called the Dream Team back in the day. So it's going to be an opportunity for us to see how Valentine is able to do in this match. Again, he was part of the Dream Team back in the 80s. So Greg Valentine gets, I guess, lucky number 1. Is it lucky to come in at number 1? Not many have won it at number 1, but we'll see. Greg Valentine again. Remember his figure 4 leg lock back in the day? Goodness gracious, he was a lot of fun and one of the ultimate bad guys in the 80s for sure. But Greg Valentine in at number 1. Who will take number 2 spot? We shall see here in just a moment. But Valentine in at 1. And in at number 2, oh, it's B. Brian Blair. Of course, he's part of the Killer Bees. So there we go. There's our first 2 entrants into our Tag Team Duos Royal Rumble. Now, this week, I will tell you, can I spoiler alert it a little bit? Sure. All of these are real wrestlers. Now, the next episode, we get a little bit strange then in the next episode. You're going to see some interesting duos, combos when episode number 4 hits YouTube probably next week. Probably next week. So I know we've had a little bit of a break. Boy, life gets hectic sometimes, doesn't it? Life gets hectic sometimes. All right, here we go with episode number 3. Valentine and B. Brian Blair, and Brian with a very quick DDT on the hammer and now snaps him down to the mat. Now, entrants will be coming in every 60 seconds in this Tag Team Duos Royal Rumble. And remember, if your teammate wins the Rumble, you get a chance to move on to our last Rumble of this season. As Valentine getting a little revenge right now on B. Brian Blair and plants him right there on the mat. Now he's looking for a little suplex action here. Look at the strength. Oh, B. Brian Blair with a reversal and then a backward clothesline. Interesting. A hard right shot there as Valentine gets whipped into the corner. Now a big right hand as B. Brian Blair looking for an early elimination here on Greg Valentine. As entrant number 3 will make his way, and it's Ricky Morton. Well, I think we know all about Ricky Morton, as he, of course, a part of the Rock and Roll Express. And he makes his way out with a quick right hand on Valentine, and then brings him back to the mat. Some big chops here by B. Brian Blair, and he whips Ricky Morton back down to the mat. Boy, Rock and Roll Express, back in the day, they were the cool tag team, right? Had all the flair and the glitz. Whoa, as Valentine. And then a big knee from B. Brian Blair, who all of a sudden is on fire here in this Rumble. And down right now is Greg Valentine. He's taking a little snooze over here underneath the bottom rope. B. Brian Blair going right after Ricky Morton with a good block there. Comes back with a right. Now they tie back up as he's going to send him into the ropes. And a big power slam by Ricky Morton as entrant number 4 coming in. And how about this? Jumpin' Jim Brunzell comes in. So both members of the Killer Bees, just maybe a good thing or a bad thing, but the tag team is both in at the same time. Now, we have seen this in the past. Oh, and look at this. They're locking up. This is one thing that has been a little disappointing about this year's edition of WWE is we were told there would be tag teams that would not fight each other. And I have done just about everything you can do to make sure that they don't. And, well, you just saw right there they tied up, and they do continue to, unfortunately, fight each other, as you would like to see these two kind of work with each other. I guess so, if you remember the second ever WWF Royal Rumble, though. Remember when Demolition, Axe, and Smash came in at 1 and 2, and you thought, and I remember Gorilla and Jesse were on the broadcast team, and they were, speculating, would they fight, what would they do? And of course, they ended up fighting. They ended up getting it on for the first couple of minutes as Carl Anderson makes his way now in. Carl Anderson, of course, he is a part of the Good Brothers along with Luke Gallows. So we'll get a chance to see Gallows later. And there is our first elimination. How about that? Jumpin' Jim Brunzell is done. B. Brian Blair still finds himself, taking a little nap right now underneath that bottom rope, but we have our first elimination of episode number 3. As Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, we will see you later, my friend. Into the ropes, or into the turnbuckle, I should say, goes B. Brian Blair, as Greg Valentine going over now looking for a little bit of an elimination. Carl Anderson with a big send. Ricky Morton, though, misses on that knee attempt. And now he's going to tie back up again here with Carl Anderson. Remember, Anderson just came into this. Morton's already trying to send him packing. As we're 4 seconds away from our next entrant into our tag team duos Royal Rumble, and it's a part of the Hardy Boys. Jeff Hardy comes out to the... Boy, a little bit of booze there for Mr. Hardy. Of course, Jeff and Matt had some spectacular memories from ladders and tables and chairs matches from back in the day. Jeff has had a very difficult, can we say a checkered career just a little bit? It seems like he's had some substance abuse issues and some other things, but I don't think anybody disputes the talent that he has, as Greg Valentine is out of here. Ricky Morton sends Greg packing. And now here's a double backbreaker there on B. Brian Blair, who all of a sudden is finding himself in a little bit of trouble here. As Jeff Hardy going to try something off the ropes, and he missed the attempt at a drop kick of some sort there. As our next competitor comes into the Rumble, this is number 7. It's Michael Hayes. Of course, we remember Michael Hayes and Jimmy Garvin, part of the fabulous Freebirds. And look at Michael Hayes comes right in and throws a figure 4 leg lock on B. Brian Blair. Boy, Michael didn't spend much time, although B. Brian Blair is kind of turning this one over now and is able to get out of that figure 4. But yeah, Michael Hayes didn't come in brawling. He came in right in with some technical work. And now they tie up with each other. B. Brian Blair sent into the corner, and Jeff Hardy, goodness, a huge punch on Michael Hayes, and down he goes. Now we got Ricky Morton and Jeff Hardy squaring off right now, as Hardy with one of those scoop slams. As B. Brian Blair getting a little energy back, he goes right after Carl Anderson. We've got 5 competitors right now in our tag team duo Rumble, and here comes Thrasher. I think if there's a few of you that remember these guys back in the day, they were a whole lot of fun to watch, weren't they? But remember Mosh and Thrasher? They were part of course, the Headbangers. And the Headbangers were a lot of fun to watch, kind of a grunge tag team. They had some success in WWF back in the day, although right now Thrasher not having a lot of success against Michael Hayes, and Hayes now going to go find himself with some Jeff Hardy, and Jeff Hardy with a right and a left and a big drop kick. There's a nice bulldog takedown as Thrasher takes Hardy down to the mat. Tried to go with a chop. We've got another elimination. Was that Ricky Morton? And Ricky Morton was sent packing over the top rope. See you later, Ricky. Now we're down to just 5 competitors in the ring right now as our counter ticks down to our next competitor, and this is Ethan Page. Of course, Ethan Page and Josh Alexander, part of the North. And we'll see what Ethan Page can do with his opportunity now in this tag team duo Royal Rumble. Again, the rules are very simple. Whoever wins this takes their tag team partner with them to the finale that we will have, where we'll put all of the winners of the tag teams or duos into one Rumble, and we'll crown a Ultimate Champion. That'll be coming up at the end of this series. As Jeff Hardy going after Michael Hayes right now, and then Page comes over after Hardy, although Hardy now fighting him off a little bit. Looks like Page was looking for a DDT of some sort. Carl Anderson kind of gets involved now as he goes after Jeff Hardy. Oh, this could be it for Jeff. Jeff might find himself swantoning out of the ring, and he does. Jeff Hardy is out of here, folks. We got a couple of wrestlers stunned on the mat, as now Michael Hayes and Ethan Page get up, and there is another elimination. B. Brian Blair makes sure that the Killer Bees have all been stung. They're out of here. Perry Saturn, and we were just getting ready to talk about Saturn, who's coming in. Perry Saturn is a part of course, an ECW tag team who was extremely successful, the Eliminators. So later we will see John Cronus at some point. There is a big drop there as Hayes finds himself now down. Thrasher's just getting up to his feet, and Perry Saturn is in a world of hurt already. He just got into this Rumble and just about found himself double eliminated, had 2 guys ready to toss him to the outside, as now Thrasher's getting a little energy back, and he tried to go after Michael Hayes and got kicked right in the belly for it. Our next competitor about to come out, 5 in the ring as we speak. Here comes number 6, and it's one of the Quebecers. Raymond Rougeau is coming out. The Quebecers, of course, Raymond and Jacques Rougeau. And whoa, Raymond Rougeau, thanks for entering. That might be one of the quickest eliminations we have had so far in this tournament. But Raymond Rougeau sent packing really quick. He can't believe, look at him. He says, my mustache barely grew. He's going to walk himself back to the locker room and hope that maybe Jacques Rougeau has a little bit more luck than Raymond. But goodness, did he find himself in and then out very quickly of this Rumble. As we've got right now 5 in the match. We've had some pretty good action here between 2, as there's another, and there goes Carl Anderson. I was going to say Ethan Page and Carl Anderson had some pretty good tie-ups, but Ethan just got rid of Carl, and now Ethan has sent Thrasher out of here. Boy, 2 in a row gone. As our next competitor is the second half of the Hardys. Remember, we just saw Jeff eliminated. Here comes Matt Hardy now into the fray. We've got 4 wrestlers right now in the ring. I think what's the most we've had has been 6. And then we haven't quite got to that level of 8. Remember, you usually get 8 wrestlers in at one time during these Royal Rumbles. Right now, though, we've got just the 4 in, as there's a sit down and send Matt Hardy down. And there goes Michael Hayes. Michael Hayes is out of here. Now we've got just 3 in there as Saturn's about to get planted. Ethan Page has had a whole lot of success here all of a sudden, as Saturn sends Hardy for the ride. Now a little reverse neck breaker there and snaps Hardy down quickly. And now they tie up once again as Page is getting a little breather on that far side. Here's our next competitor. Number 13 is part of the Dudley Boys. It's Bubba Ray Dudley as he comes in a pretty good spot, to be honest with you. When you look at things here with with only having 4 in the ring right now, you don't have all that traffic in there. Maybe this is a good opportunity for Bubba Ray to take the Dudley Boys for a while. So there's a big elbow on Saturn from Bubba Ray. Page coming over to try to get him some of Saturn, and Perry fighting out of it right now. Now they run into each other, Saturn and Page. Must have been a glitch in the Matrix right there on that attempt. Is Bubba Ray going after Page now? Oh, this was looking not good for Page. Matt Hardy is up now as Saturn about to send him on the top turnbuckle. We got 4 in there right now, and Perry and Bubba Ray now going to lock horns again, and there's a nice send to Bubba Ray across the ring. Saturn, all of a sudden, he's got himself a burst of speed as he plants Ethan Page with a DDT. Here comes Josh Alexander. Now you've got 2 members of the North that will be in the ring at the same time. Question is going to be, can they coexist or not? As Alexander sends Saturn into the turnbuckle. Now him and Bubba Ray going to get together, and there's a knee to the gut. As Alexander with kind of a flip kick, and now he thought about going after Hardy. Instead, he DDTs Bubba Ray into the mat. Josh Alexander has come in with a lot of fire, as Hardy now finds himself whipped into the ropes, and now this looks like a pile driver onto Hardy. Alexander big time now is, now here we go, Page and Alexander. Tag teams on the North, and look at that. Page sends Alexander and Bubba Ray into a meeting of the minds. A double head into the other head. That never feels great. Bubba Ray with a big suplex now there on Perry Saturn. Here comes Mosh. Of course, he is the other member of the Headbangers. We've already seen Thrasher that has been eliminated from this. Now the question is, and Page, oh, and Page missed with a kick. Josh Alexander just eliminated his teammate. Ethan Page was looking for a big kick on Josh Alexander to try to send him out. Alexander pulls the top rope, and Page, see ya. As Alexander right now and Matt Hardy tied up in the turnbuckle over there. Perry Saturn comes over with a big clothesline, as now Mosh getting in the fray, and Bubba Ray Dudley is the one currently stunned underneath the bottom rope on that far side, as Hardy looking to go get Mosh right now. Mosh has come in and done a pretty decent job since he's come in, as Alexander's going to eliminate Bubba Ray. Josh Alexander sends Bubba Ray to the showers, and there's another elimination and 2 more. What just happened there? Hardy's gone. Who else did we lose? Bubba Ray, I know we lost him, as Robert Gibson comes in. Oh, and Josh Alexander was the other that was eliminated. There was a big fray of stuff going on, and maybe Robert Gibson has found himself in an excellent spot. Gibson, of course, part of the Rock and Roll Express. His teammate, though, Ricky Morton, has already been eliminated as Saturn, giving the business now to Gibson. Perry's been in there for a minute. He's going to try to take Gibson down, and he does. Mosh is down. Saturn is working over Robert Gibson. I don't remember us being this late into the Rumble with only 3 competitors in the ring. Usually by this point, you know, we've got 6, maybe 7 in the ring at the same time. And I know we're only in episode number 3, but this is very interesting. Just 3 right now in the ring, as this is only number 17 who's coming out, and it's part of Harlem Heat. This is Stevie Ray who comes in. We know how good Harlem Heat was back in the day. But Stevie Ray in there, and he's locking horns with Robert Gibson right now. Stevie looking for an elimination over here on the far side. Well, gets an elbow for his efforts. Saturn and Mosh are still hooked up. Saturn has been taking Mosh down with some heavy right hands. There's a tie-up once again as Saturn goes flying into the turnbuckle. Now Mosh going after Robert Gibson, looking for a big punch, and Robert Gibson kind of no-sells him and comes right back in. Looks like they're going to have a little bit of a double team now, and boy, that is going to not feel great tomorrow morning as they drop him on his knee, on both of their knees, I should say. Here's Stevie Ray finding himself on a snap suplex as Saturn went and got him. Now he's looking for a second one. There's 2 in a row on Stevie Ray as Brutus Beefcake comes in. Of course, Brutus Beefcake was a part of the Dream Team with Greg Valentine. Valentine has already been sent packing here as Valentine hooks right up with Stevie Ray. Maybe not the guy you want to go in and come after, as Ray with a huge suplex there. And now Ray and Gibson trying to lock up, but Mosh is in the way, and so there was a little bit of a dance going on between those two. Oh my, look at Gibson on this move into a Boston Crab. You do not see this maneuver often anymore, but boy, he whipped him over and into the Boston Crab as Stevie Ray able to kick out of things. Brutus and Morton were going, or excuse me, and Gibson were going after it there a little bit as Ray sends the beefcake to the mat. Now he's coming over, and Stevie Ray getting it on with Perry Saturn as Mosh and Brutus Beefcake get together. And I think we know what it's time for. It's time to play the game, folks. Triple H, of course, a member of D-Generation X. His partner will be the Heartbreak Kid at some point. We'll see HBK in here. And Triple H has got to be close. I was going to say maybe a favorite now, and then, well, he dove at thin air. It's tough to call somebody a favorite if they pull something like that off, isn't it? He's going after Mosh right now, though, as Triple H. Tried to go with a kick, and Beefcake, Brutus that was, came over and kind of saved him accidentally. As Triple H and Saturn now are together. Triple H drops Perry Saturn on the top ring rope, and now a big DDT to Robert Gibson. Triple H trying to follow, was looking for somebody there, and then Mosh came and kicked him in the head. Stevie Ray finally making his way up to his feet again as he whips Gibson into the turnbuckle. We're going to have another competitor out here as the ring starts to fill up a little bit. And this is John Cronus. Remember, he is tag team with Perry Saturn as part of the Eliminators. And so you've got two ECW, a tag team from ECW in the ring, although Cronus has been stunned almost immediately. And could Saturn and Cronus work together a little bit? We'll see as Gibson sends Triple H to the mat with authority. Now he comes over and sends him right face first to the mat as Harlem Heat Stevie Ray starting to clean house a little bit. He goes after Cronus and he sends Gibson down as Triple H says, we're not going to be going after the crowd here, Stevie Ray, and he's going to go bring him over here to the ropes. This could be trouble for Stevie Ray as Triple H now looking for an elimination. And there's a big DDT as Cronus just DDTs his partner, Perry Saturn. And as we were talking about on the far side, Triple H does get the elimination. Stevie Ray is out of here. Now we've got Jimmy Garvin that will be coming in. Of course, he's a member of the Fabulous Freebirds, along with Michael Hayes. We already saw Hayes eliminated. Oh, no, Triple H. Oh, there's a good reversal. As he's able to get out of there was Jimmy Garvin. I thought maybe Jimmy Garvin may come in and find his way out, kind of like Rougeau did earlier. Here's Cronus on the outside now. Robert Gibson kind of leaving him alone, and now Brutus Beefcake with an elimination as Mosh is out of here. Mosh has been sent out. Brutus Beefcake is out of here. Goodness, look at this. And now Cronus is being double teamed by his tag team partner and Robert Gibson. As Triple H going after Perry Saturn now. And look at this, there goes the double team the other way now. Cronus and Triple H just double team Saturn to the mat. There's a big spine buster from Triple H to Perry Saturn, who now is going after Cronus. John on the outside. He gives him a big punch to the face, though, and Triple H coming right back, although then he's whipped over by Cronus. So Cronus and Saturn, again, part of the Eliminators, although they've already proven that apparently we may be a tag team in this tournament, but we don't care. Jimmy Garvin in a little trouble on that far side as he gets nearly thrown over. How about this, though? Garvin and Gibson getting it on over in that corner. As our next competitor comes in, it's Booker T. Now, of course, his tag team partner was just eliminated, but now we've got both members of the Harlem Heat who have come in to today's Rumble. The unfortunate part, though, is that one of them already gone. Stevie Ray's out of there, although Booker T comes right in with a power bomb on Robert Gibson. Now Garvin going after Gibson over here in the corner. Perry Saturn just got up to his feet. Him and Cronus are going to get together now. Of course, members of the Eliminators, as Triple H with a big-time neck breaker. That's some former world champions right now in this Rumble, which is kind of interesting. Of course, a lot of former tag team champions in there as well. The Harlem Heat back on WCW. I mean, if there was one thing that was a lot of fun to do for us 90s I should just say 90s wrestler watchers, was Harlem Heat was very, very underrated. And it was just fun to watch them progress. And then obviously Booker T, you know, went the singles route and had some WCW championship runs. As Luke Gallows now into the fray. Of course, he's a member of the Good Brothers. Carl Anderson, though, has been gone for a minute, and so is Jimmy Garvin. He's out of here. There's Perry Saturn sending Triple H down, and Cronus going after Booker T. Well, if these two could just stay away from each other, it could have a, well, of course, just as I say that, I'm going to say if Cronus and Saturn just stay away from each other, go after the guys that are in there, you might have a chance to do something, but apparently somebody didn't pick up the check at supper last night because these two are just going after each other. There's Triple H and Gallows right now as Gallows whipped into the turnbuckle. Now Triple H is wearing him out with some right hands. We're going to have another competitor in here shortly. And 7 has got to be our most we've had in the ring at one time, is it not? This is Jacques Rougeau who comes in. The unfortunate part for Jacques is his teammate went out, one of the fastest eliminations we've had in this Rumble series so far, when Raymond Rougeau was eliminated earlier. I don't even know if he got any offense in. We'll have to go back and watch the film on that. Triple H has still been wearing out Luke Gallows in this corner. Now him and Robert Gibson kind of run in. We may have a chance to get our first time of having 8 wrestlers in at the same time here during this video. Perry Saturn up to his feet again. Robert Gibson, I think, tried to go over and go with some sort of neck breaker. He missed everything, and Saturn's going to send him out of here. Robert Gibson, that was it was not a great moment for you, and good luck. You're out of here. Cronus now goes after Perry Saturn, who's been pretty good in this Rumble so far, and a slam down to the mat as Rougeau working over Gallows on the corner. Okay, here we go. We're going to have 2 tag teams in at the same time as Shawn Michaels, part of D-Generation X, along with Triple H. And look at this, of course. They get together right away, and there's a pedigree. Shawn Michaels is in this match, 20 seconds, and Triple H pedigrees him. Basically like a Royal Rumble in real life. Jeez. Here's Booker T trying to weigh into Triple H. He's looking for an elimination here. He's going for the he was going for the Harlem sidekick, I think. And Perry Saturn may have just saved Triple H for now. Write that one down. Did Triple H just get saved from being eliminated? Maybe. He drops Saturn on the top ring rope. As, a little bit too much celebration for Cronus, and HBK brings him back in. And a snap suplex is upcoming. Well done there by Shawn Michaels. The showstopper. As Rougeau was launched into the turnbuckle on this far side. Saturn's coming over after him. Actually, he might have been going after Cronus there. I'm not sure where he was looking. As Rougeau takes HBK down, and there's a front suplex from Saturn to Cronus, and now Perry and Rougeau will get together over here in the corner. Luke Gallows, by the way, we haven't mentioned his name a lot. Triple H was kind of into him earlier, and Gallows has just been kind of laying low a little bit, although look at this, Triple H just on cue as I say that. Goodbye, Luke Gallows. I was going to say we hadn't seen those two, and all of a sudden, there we go. This is new. Nikita Koloff is in. And Koloff, of course, a member of the Russians. And how about that at number 26? That is big time as Rougeau just got sent over the top. And Jacques Rougeau is out of here. Triple H with a big-time suplex onto HBK. And Perry Saturn right now doesn't know where he is. He is completely stunned, and nobody is taking advantage of it. Booker T over in the corner going after Nikita Koloff now as Saturn and Triple H get together. Now Cronus is going to wail into Perry Saturn as Booker T gets a big-time punch to the face by Nikita Koloff. Cronus and Saturn are tied up here, as it looks like Saturn might have been busted open. I'll have to check that, but I think he was, and Koloff is out. Booker T just sends off the freshest man. Nikita Koloff had just gotten into this Rumble, and now he's out of here. And how about this? In the ring right now, we have two tag teams and Booker T. Triple H and HBK, of course, are members of the D-Generation X. And Saturn and Cronus are members of the Eliminators. And speaking of being eliminated, goodbye, Mr. Cronus. John Cronus is out of there. So now you've got Triple H and HBK and Booker T. Whoa, he gets right into HBK, and now so does Triple H. That's going to be a snap suplex down. As Booker T and Triple H, two former world champions, and a goodbye, Triple H. Triple H is out of there as Marcus Bagwell will come in. And this is not the Buff Bagwell you're thinking of. This is a member of the American Males. Marcus Bagwell and Scotty Riggs back in the day were a member of a team in WCW called American Males. That was before Bagwell turned into Buff Bagwell, as Saturn has gotten rid of HBK. Well, this is an interesting trio that's in right now. Booker T and Saturn, and you got Marcus Bagwell in there as well. And remember, we have not seen Scotty Riggs yet. So Scotty Riggs, of course, a member, the second member of American Males. And what are we at? This next number, I think, is number 27, correct? As Saturn and Bagwell get together, and Bagwell sent into the turnbuckle. Here's Booker T and Saturn together, and there's a snap back to the mat. And here's Devon Dudley. Of course, his teammate has already been out of here. Bubba Ray was in and now gone. Now Devon gets a chance to come in, and we'll see how many wrestlers he can make testify. As Bagwell showing off some strength on Saturn. Now Devon going after Bagwell. And Bagwell's going to bring Dudley and send him down. Boy, this is an interesting four that are left in this tag team duo's Royal Rumble. As Devon going to send Booker Ray in, and then Booker T, excuse me. And then a huge clothesline from Bagwell saves the day. Bagwell now with a little send to the mat. Ooh, down goes Devon Dudley. He's actually stunned, and he's underneath the bottom rope. Perry Saturn continues to shine in this Rumble along with Booker T. Booker T and Saturn now tied up as John Cena entering this Rumble. Guys, I don't quite know how This is one of those where you're getting done as a content creator and you're saying, how did he get in there? Well, we can tell you that Marcus Bagwell, he's out of here. I'm just as confused as you guys are because Cena and whoa, Devon Dudley's out of there. Now you got Cena and Booker T. I do not remember putting John Cena into this Rumble. And somehow Mr. Cena has made his way into this match. And now Booker T's in a whole lot of hurt over here on this far side. This is going to be our last competitor that comes in. I thought I knew who it was, but now I'm not sure. Yeah, somehow Scotty Riggs did not make it into this Rumble because this is the second member of the Russians, and this is Ivan Koloff. So I'm guessing this is some breaking news that John Cena somehow found his way into this Rumble by taking out Scotty Riggs, as Perry Saturn and Booker T still get together. Well, this could be an interesting dilemma we would have, as Cena and Saturn now together. Saturn's out of there. What a Rumble for Perry Saturn, and he has it come to an end. I guess if Cena wins this, what do we do? And there's Booker T's exit. No, Booker T. As Koloff says, don't even worry about it. I'm going to win this Rumble. Here's Cena. Wow, that is a beautiful move as he takes Ivan Koloff down. But Booker T and Perry Saturn, who had put in a ton of work during this Rumble, now all of a sudden see their dream come to an end, and Ivan Koloff is getting weighed and wasted in here by John Cena, who just slapped Koloff in the face. Boy, I did not expect this, and Cena wins it. He says, I'm the cover boy, and I'm now the champion. And what do we do with this, folks? John Cena somehow entered this fray and has won the Rumble. He has won it. I'm kind of speechless, to be honest with you. This is something that you don't expect to see. But the winner, somehow, here in episode 3, well, he didn't have a tag team member. Scotty Riggs was supposed to come in, and John Cena took his spot. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. We're gonna end this video and try to figure things out. The American males maybe were the winners of episode 3. I guess you're gonna have to come back for episode number 4 and find out what we did. Hey, make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button, comment if you would like to. I'm in one of those stunned states right now. The winner of this Rumble is a tag teamless John Cena. Good night, everyone.